I don't know what to say, guys. I am truly humbled and speechless in terms of the overwhelming response that I've received in my first video. As of this moment, hang on a second, I will tell you. I have had over 8,291 views on my video. I've had over 1,000 thumbs up, and 2 people said they didn't like it. Whatever. Anyway, then I had 689 subscribers and 190 comments. Like, I am in awe. I just don't know what to say. When I first put out the video, number 1, episode 1, which you can find clicking the... You know what? I don't know how YouTube people do that. Like, they say click there and you can see the previous video. I don't know how to do that, so click wherever you need to find it. But when I first created that video, I honestly felt that if I got 5 views, that would be pretty damn good. Like, there might be somebody out there interested, but like the response has been just so incredible, and your comments are just... I am humbled. I honestly don't know what to say. So first of all, I want to thank a couple of people. I mean, I've had people reach out to me from Germany. Beeson, thank you. I've even got this thing written down. From Argentina, Sergio. If I can ask you one thing, when you leave a comment, maybe leave the country where you're from, because I'm just so curious as to see how much of a reach this video is getting, and there is so much interest in the car, which is, I'm assuming, why you're here. I also want to give a special shout out to Mike and Susie. I had met them years ago when I first bought the car, and they kept telling me, create a video. And I said, no, who's going to watch me? Like, who's going to watch this thing? And you know what? I'm so glad I did. It only took me 9 years to get it together, but I'm really just in awe. I don't know what to say, truly. And I honestly expected to do just the one video. So now I'm kind of stuck with trying to do more videos, because honestly, I did not expect that. And my thought was, you know what, just one video, that would do the trick, see if there's any interest out there. But now, like before, when I did the other video, I was talking to myself, and that is a strange feeling, trust me. But now there's 689 of you out there, and perhaps more that are going to at least view it, that I gotta say something that's meaningful. And I'm assuming you came to this channel either because of me or the car. I mean, it could be me. I mean, people have said I look like George Costanza. Jason Alexander, if you're watching this, you are my hero. You are the epitome of middle-aged balding men, and I fit right in there. Below this hat, it's not a lot left anyway, but this is the COVID look. Again, I want to say thank you to all of you. One of the questions that was asked, and it was kind of nice, was why this MG, or why an MG? And there's a bit of a story behind it. So I remember as a kid, sort of on my way to school, and this is in Leicester, England. I think I may have mentioned that before. And on my way to school, I would pass this doctor's office, and there's always a reserved spot for the doctor's car. And there stood a MG, and I was just in awe. And it was a canary yellow convertible, and I just looked at this thing thinking, oh, one day. Every day I'd go to school, I would see this. It's Ellis Avenue public school, by the way. And I would see this, and I'm looking at it thinking maybe one day I'll be lucky enough to drive one of these. And when I actually found this car, and when I discovered even more that it was originally like the yellow color, again, I was just blown away. And this is the universe, or the synchronicity, or whatever the heck it is, that's kind of talking to me. So I really am humbled by this whole thing, and I love this car to bits, as I think you're getting the gist of it. There's a couple of lessons I learned in the first video, and the number one thing was I can't play Eagles songs. I mean, this car was designed to play Eagles songs. It's from the 70s era. The Eagles were around when I was growing up, and I'm a 70s kid, and I just fell in love with the Eagles. And there's nothing better than sort of promoting the Eagles and their songs to a future generation. And I've been lucky. I've been able to see the Eagles in concert every time they've come to Toronto, and I'm blessed to have been able to do that. So So I wish I could play it, but unfortunately, because of the copyright rules and regulations, I can't do that. If any of you know Don Henley or the boys, please put in a good word. I'd love to play their music. I'm just trying to promote them. Let's put it that way. The other thing I realized in the first video was I need some sort of microphone. So I've got this lavalier mic here. I don't know how much of a better job it's going to do. I guess I'll figure it out afterwards. But that's one thing. I also figured out that I needed a better mount, because my mount that I previously had, as you may have seen towards the end of the video, the thing fell. I thought I'd lost my camera, and I couldn't figure out where the heck it had gone, and I was just getting worried. Turned out it had fallen right behind in my seat, so I didn't lose the camera. But then I thought I've got to create a better way to put it together. So I created the camera rig to make sure that if the camera ever fell, it wouldn't disappear. To be honest, it's actually a bit of string and tied to my camera, but that's between you and I. The other thing that I really thought about is, initially, I've got to be honest, I was a bit afraid to create this video because so many videos out there, particularly about cars and classic cars, are kind of around how to fix cars, and I'm clueless. I have no idea, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I know the engine's up front and that's about it. But I don't know how to fix it, so this was never intended to be, oh, learn how to correct this or do that. It was really just my passion for my car and things that I hold dear to my heart. So and I want this to be honest and as live as possible. And what I mean by that is I don't really want to edit a lot of stuff, mainly because I don't know how to do it, but also because I think it takes it away. So if I have a few mistakes or missteps, that is a word, missteps. If I have any missteps, and this is a word that Michael Bonaccini of Canadian Master Chef uses all the time, I think it's a great way of phrasing it. And my wife, I think, has a thing for Michael Bonaccini because it's the way he eats. It does it so gracefully, as opposed to me, I just kind of chew. But anyhow, so I do want to keep it light. God knows we have enough problems in the world, and we're struggling through COVID as we are here in Canada. We're in lockdown right now, more or less anyway, so it's not like I can do anything. So I just want to keep this simple, keep it light. Hopefully if it makes you smile a little bit, maybe I've accomplished my job there. So there are a couple of things I wanted to clarify with you. So I want to show you, so bear with me. I know there's comments about certain things, and I just want to kind of walk you through it a little bit better. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to unhook the camera, and I'll be right back with you, okay? Okay, I am back. I don't have my lavalier mic, but this is the engine. Somebody was asking to see it running. So here it is, and it is a 1.8 liter engine, not 1 liter as I had mistakenly said last time. But this thing moving, that's the engine, okay? Another question that came up was about the lights in the front there. And I'm just gonna pop those on so you can see what that looks like. So hang on. So there's a switch right there. So this switch is for the front lights. See them? Like little yellow glow, which is all I wanted. So there it is, little yellow glow. So the other question that came up was, actually I'm just going to shut off the engine, hang on. There, hopefully it's a bit quieter. So the other question was around the seatbelt rig. So this is it. So I wanted to show you clearly how it works. So under the headrest, this part, there's this metal piece that my neighbor Marcello had made for me, and you can see he put a little hole in there. The issue was when I got the car, it only had lap belts, and it was just kind of a strange thing to drive around with nothing to protect your chest. So I kind of installed this, but then the seat belts that I actually got from England kept getting caught in the back, and the angle didn't work. So by doing this, I don't have to struggle finding the belt. So I have that on both sides. The other thing that everybody seemed to love was my rear view mirror assembly. So hang on a second, I gotta just do something first. Okay, I'm back. So my rear view mirror was, so here's the issue. So let's say I'm sitting here when the rear view mirror was mounted kind of up there, when you're sitting here, you don't even see the traffic lights. And that was the main headache for me. So by mounting it below, it doesn't block my view, because I think when they made this car, it was for English roads. The traffic lights, certainly in North America, are way, way higher. And it's so much easier to have the mirror on a lower position. And I saw a mirror like this in an MGA, and I kind of just used that idea and went with that. There's a fella who's just waving at me. So here's how this assembly works. You can probably see, hang on, a little bit better here. Right, so you see that rod coming down? I don't know what the purpose of that is, but it's attached there. There are kind of two Allen keys that sort of snuggle up against it, and the actual mirror is attached to it. And this way it eliminates this whole area at the top, blocking my view. So that's this whole assembly. The other thing is, oh yeah, let me show you this. Yeah, there you go. Go Leicester, go Foxes. Jamie Vardy, if you're watching this thing, can I tell you a secret? I was thinking of getting a dog, and I thought, what a great name for a dog. Vardy doesn't sound that bad to me, but again, it's not meant to be an insult. Jamie, I love you to bits, and you're the best player Leicester's had in God knows how long. So thank you, okay? Yeah, did I mention Leicester City? There you go. The other thing that I got a question about was the actual stereo system. So here's what I want to show you. Hang on. So behind here, there we go, is the amplifier. Excuse the wires, excuse the mess. That's why I have this blanket here. But anyway, so there's the amp. And this is from a motorcycle. So there it comes with 4 speakers. So one here, one there. And of course, you gotta have speakers at the front so people can hear you coming and actually listen to the Eagles, remember them, as you're driving along. So the way that's hooked up, I thought it was kind of neat. So certainly not stock. So this radio here is from an American car. I don't even know what it is. I picked it up at some sort of garage sale. I don't recall. Like, none of the buttons work. It's just for decoration, honestly. But here's what I did. So the speakers or the stereo system had basically sort of a potentiometer thing that you can control the volume. That I hooked up to this. So now the way the stereo works is kind of like this. So hang on a second, I'm going to put it on and I'll give you a little demo. So this radio is now ready to go. So basically, it's connected via Bluetooth for my phone. So when I turn my Bluetooth on, or the radio on, I can actually control the sound with this knob here. So if you want to hear what it sounds like, hang on. Okay, I know it isn't the Eagles, sorry about that, but this is apparently stock music. It's called Higher Octane by Vans in Japan. Who would have known, right? And that's apparently allowable on YouTube, so hopefully when I launch this video, it's not going to get pulled. Anyhow, where was I? There, I'm going to just turn it around. So, enough chit-chat. Shall we go for a drive? Okay, I'm going to put the Eagles on, so I'm going to have to kind of mute you guys out and enjoy the rest, okay? So take it easy. and Take It Easy. That's an Eagles song. But let's start with Hotel California.